What is going on, lunatic fringe? Yesterday I gave you that I thought USTC was going to have a big move, that there was a move coming, that USTC was on the move, as I said. And then what do we get? We got a big breakout. Over the last couple days, it's up 127%. So you might be asking yourself, what's next? And we're going to break that down. Also, don't forget, if you didn't buy that bottom, that's okay. This is a recovery period. We're not at the top of the range, bounced off the 200 M. You know what? Put a pin in that. I'm going to show you exactly what's going on in the charts. Make sure you hit the like button on the way in, and let's kick it up. All right, guys, first up, on Binance right now, at the Binance Square, there's an article up talking about, and I'm assuming at this point that we're talking about reaching $1 in the next 3 days. But this is Voice of India saying that right now, we're at 407. And given the current market conditions and substantial circulating supply, reaching 1 in the next 3 days is virtually impossible. And if that's the $1, then yeah, it's absolutely impossible. There's no chance of that. And by the way, they do break this down mathematically, just in case you don't understand how it works, right? So they give you the obstacles here, right? High circulating supply, current market conditions, and price projection. So there was minor price movement, but when you look at it, and what they're trying to do is break this down and show you why it can't reach $1 under the current conditions. There's 6.87 trillion circulating supply, meaning that in a 1-to-1 ratio, that would mean a 6.87 trillion market cap. Now, not exactly true, but still pretty close. Right now, circulating supply is 5.49 trillion. So it would actually only be 5.49 trillion that would be necessary in order for it to go. But I mean, we're splitting hairs here. What are we missing? A trillion market cap? That's silly. You know what I mean? So there's no chance that at this point that we're looking at a move to $1 on Terra Classic unless we get rid and start to dwindle some of the supply. And to be very, very, very clear here, as a top holder here, even if we did and got rid of everything, if we just completely annihilated everything except Binance and the staked coins pool and maybe liquidity, we would still have near 3 trillion tokens. Okay, so what we're talking about right now, that's not necessarily doable. Okay, now that means that 5 trillion market cap is not possible, but 10 cents represents a $500 billion market cap, and 1 cent represents a $50 billion market cap. At those levels, by the way. And look, I've told you a penny, I think, is possible. I told you that, and that's about 100x away from where we are right now. And that really is possible. The question is whether it's probable, and that gets a little more difficult and a little more complicated. I'm going to show you some charts real quick, because there's a lot of people out here that would tell you that the market dynamic has shifted, that everything has changed, that everything is just way different, and that, because of the new meme coin cycles and stuff like that, that there's no way for altcoins and stuff like that. By the way, this is the same complaints that have been made since the dawn of crypto, since altcoins were invented and people started crying about something that wasn't Bitcoin, because really they want to remanufacture, if you will, that Bitcoin surge, and they want to have that next big token or coin. So let's look into it and let's see. So back to the article, and really it's correct. So the long-term outlook for it, experts predict LUNC price will remain under 301 for the remainder of 2025. That is stupid. Okay, not even close. There's no expert predicting. I have no idea where this is coming from. Okay, this might even be AI based or something like that. I have no idea, but there's nobody predicting 301, or if there is somebody predicting 301, they're not taking the bull run into consideration at all. And I'll show you why I'm talking about that in just 1 second. But before we do, make sure that you sign up today at terracasino.io. Right now, you got the Mummy Mega giveaway, and you can use whatever tokens you want, whatever tokens you desire right now to trade on this platform. Basically, Luna Classic, Luna, Bitcoin, Ethereum, BNB, BUSD, Polygon, USTC, USDT, Dogecoin, XRP, whatever you want to use. And look, there are people out here who are just crushing it, right? They're giving away money constantly. Why wouldn't you be a part of that? So sign up today. Now let's talk meme coins, because sucky. And I saw that in a movie once. Anyway, Luna Classic having a little bit of a move. Did retrace a little bit off of its pump. We'll explain that in just a second here. But Garuda X finding more value. Food finding a little more value. Juris finding a little more value. Cat with Hat finding a little more value. And by the way, I think these are pairing bumps right here. Juris might have had a couple new buyers step in. Some of this is starting to move. Now, one of those in particular, Terra, which is what runs the Terraport.finance ecosystem, and this is where you go to buy your meme coins, Terraport.finance. Well, that one's running up about 21%, and this is the hour chart right now, sitting here right at just about half a cent. So when we zoom out, you can also see that we're creating a little more value on a reversal, and the question would be, is this reversal looking good? Well, it's just starting. What we do is we're going to look at this chart, and what we're looking for is a reversal of trend. And what we're finding right there is that move down there, and it looks like it's carving out this way. Now, it's early to say that that is the case. There could be situations in which the value sentiment sort of changes, but this is the downward pattern that we were on. Now, if you want to be a little less aggressive about it, and you want to look at it from a different context, you could say, this right here and then this right here represents that floor. Now, could it be that we're bouncing off that floor? And it does, by the way. We should point out here that the trajectory has altered. Okay, some people buy, some people sell, some people stake, unstake, etc., etc. So there's always going to be movement, but over the last 7 days, up 31%. That's a good sign. The trajectory seems to be moving. Now, if that's moving, by the way, it should be noted, and it should be very, very important. When I talk about something like Terra, or I talk about any one of these tokens that are attached to this LUNC coin, then if Luna Classic does what I think it's going to do, and that is to say, if Luna Classic goes up at a minimum, and we're talking about a minimum, but we're talking about a minimum about 30x, right? Well, every one of these coins that are attached to it are going to go up a minimum of 15x. That's how pairing works. The pairing is 50% LUNC, 50% Terra. Now, with that being the case, when LUNC pumps, then Terra also pumps. And when it goes obscene, then when we get a really big run, then all of these meme coins do too. Now, every once in a while, what you'll find is, and the way that this works is, one of them will get noticed or discovered by some more investors, and then boom, it starts to pump and you see that parabolic run. But it also happens because people are buying LUNC as well. It creates more value in the entire ecosystem. So if you don't have some of these meme coins, you should have some of those meme coins, because at a minimum, again, I'm sure that LUNC is going to 30x, but if, and that's minimum, by the way. Again, I'm just giving you kind of a minimum. If that happens, then the minimum X on every one of these meme coins is going to be 15x. Now, here's the part that matters. The part that matters is you're saying to yourself right now, well, why wouldn't I just hold on to LUNC instead of one of these meme coins? Well, the idea here is that some of these meme coins will catch fire, and because they have a lower value and an easier time, money will shift dramatically through this market, and it will show up in one of these meme coins, and one of these meme coins will go up 1,000x, while at the same time Luna Classic's only going up 30x, or it'll go up 100x versus Luna Classic only going up 30x. Another one will go up 50x, maybe one will go up 1,000x. All of those are possible, but you've got to be able to have yourself a little bit of a bag in order for that to happen. You won't get to see this unless you do. So let's give it a shot here. Check out each one of these meme coins. Take a shot at a few of them. Get them on Terraport.finance. By the way, you can buy them at CoinHall, but it's going to be easier and better for the ecosystem ultimately if you're using Terraport.finance. Now, remember to check your pairings. Also, if you want to stake, you're able to stake a whole bunch of different kinds. Right now, I am staking my Terra. But if you want to yield farm, then any one of these pairings is going to work for you. And what you should look at is what's your APR, what's your return on it, and if you have some, then just stake them over here and earn a little bit more. And also, you can provide liquidity here. I have to have BLUNC in order to do that, but you can also stake it, and then you can farm, and the APR on the farm is 11% right now. So there's a big opportunity here for you to earn passive income at this point, potentially. Of course, price got to go up, but passive income through this process. So it's all laid out right there for you. All you have to do is now. Moving on to Commonwealth, there is a proposal for implementing USTC staking for utility and supply reduction from BLV Labs. I'm going to suggest that you read through it. Strathcole with the first comment here says, I see this is not feasible. CW20 tokens as L1 rewards are, in my opinion, only causing issues. This could be a big stability and performance problem. I think this needs a full technical plan to see how this would be intended to work. Additionally, it would need to be permissioned, so not all CW20 could be used or would be ignored. So there is a possibility here. And of course, the source of funds for the USTC Oracle pool is not explained in the proposal. So they're going to go, they're working on it. And by the way, Vegas is in here as well, responding to some of these, saying this can be defined at a later stage. For now, the pool will be created using test tokens along with some USTC for testing purposes. So they're going to test this out to see if this works. So I think this is, it's going to be interesting to see how this works out. And this is what happens when people get involved. This is something that people are passionate about, USTC staking or the possibility. So go read this. Let me know what you think in the comments down below. Also, let's look at the price action. Price action here. We're going to start with USTC because duh was right. So what we had was a move here up to here, which is about 125%. So 125% increase. You had to have caught the bottom of this wick for that to apply. But if you got anywhere in here, if you bought anywhere at maybe a penny or so, then remember, you're up 90 to 100% right now. And guys, I told you that this move was coming. Now, what's next? It looks like we're rejecting. I don't like this position. We rejected off of the 200. We rejected back under the 50. Now, when you reject under the 50, that means that you're going to use it as resistance, which means downward momentum. You're going to have to break above this and start getting to the top of this right there. That's where this project needs to go in order to inspire investor confidence. You might be an investor and you might be confident in the project, but you're looking to attract new eyes looking in. And what people are looking at is, there's basically two touches here. You're looking for that third touch up here at the top because that would signify the potential for that breakout. Mental stuff. But get up to the top of this range, break out above, and then boom, we are on the path of recovery. And you could be looking at somewhere around right there, about 5 cents, 4.5 cents as the next real stop-off position. So there's a real possibility here for a significant move, and you just missed part of it if you didn't get in when I told you to. If you didn't have any capital on the side, I certainly understand. I'm not blaming anybody. I'm not saying that you missed out or anything like that. You didn't really, but if you had the extra capital on the side and you didn't do it, you know what I mean? So anyway, now the other thing is testing the top up here. It still needs a third test over here. So, you could see a breakout, and that breakout could bang and then wham, right down to about 6 cents. So, I mean, again, you're talking about a gigantic move, about a 4x from where you are right now on USTC as it continues to break out. And the reason that it would break out is because we're still continuing talking about how to use staking for USTC, creating added value. And when you create added value, you solve a lot. So let's see what happens over there. Now, as far as value goes, volume is up 65% on the day. Market cap's back up to 400 million. USTC up to 87 million, 188 million volume increase for the day. So the numbers are looking better. We need to see this continue. It has to, it has to end up somewhere. Also, MEXC Global continuing to do a lot of burns. I'm looking at the burn tracker right now, and they're kind of breaking down, the price action that happened yesterday and overnight, and then how much MEXC Global has been burning. And they've just, and by the way, there's a significant amount of supply when you scroll down here that MEXC has been doing. Also, it looks like Clay will be now CL8Y because that's going to be cute, I guess. I don't know. You're looking for something to resonate with people, and it looks like people like that. The +8 is lucky and symbolizes infinite growth. So the possibility that it's going to change names from Clay to CL81, Clady, whatever's going to. So now the burn tracker down to 600 million, which means that we are not burning nearly enough. All of this is kind of run off. We haven't had another big burn opportunity right there, but we do have still and have continued to have good burns on the USTC supply. Also, 123,000 yesterday, 118,000 today off of 353,000 and a million the days before. So significant volume and interest going on right now with USTC supply, which is a really good sign because it is always and has been my estimation that the easiest way for all of this to fix itself and to right the ship would be USTC supply getting closer to $1. Now, are we getting close to $1 with a million burn, with 353,000, 123,000, 118,000? No, we're not, because ultimately we're talking about the maximum circulating supply, which is 5.5 billion right now. What we need to do is remove, first of all, you got to remove that 1.9 billion from LFG, which is part of that almost 8 billion total. To begin with, but it's not going to come out of circulating supply, but there is 290 million and there's 58 million, stuff like that, coming out of the circulating supply potentially. But what we really have to do is we have to come up with a mechanism by which we reduce that supply and create value on that market cap. Now, it would be my estimation, by the way, that the proper move here at this point would be to peg to a penny. However, just kind of pegging it to a penny and doing that would strip some of the value from what we're doing. I think the repeg would, I think we need to be repegged first. And then I think that, buying and selling back and forth could be a way, for 30 days or so that we just kind of, create some kind of burn. And the best people at doing it might be the ones that benefit the best. But, create a burn where every buy and sell on each side burns a little bit going back and forth. You move from USTC to Luna Classic and you burn some, Luna Classic to USTC, you burn some, back and forth. Do that for 30 days or so and see what happens to the value. I mean, you can't, it's a risk. Everything is a risk, but if you do that, then potentially reduce some of the supply, and then you can start focusing on repegging to maybe 2 cents or something like that. And then, by the way, during that process, you would be holding on to some of the value in order to create a pool, and that pool would be for a stable coin. So, right now it's 5.5 billion. So you need 55 million for a 1 cent stable coin, right? So you start selling just a little bit here and there and start raising the money in order to get that done. Just in my opinion, I don't know how these things work, but let me know what you think in the comments down below. You know what you need to know. I do think, by the way, that this is going to continue. I think the problem right now, again, this is for those of you that don't know what the problem is in the market. The problem in the market is very simple. Donald Trump is breaking things right now in the United States, and he's got to break things in order to fix more things. So what you're seeing right now is you're seeing a breakdown in investor confidence in risk assets. So you're not seeing that parabolic move that you were expecting to see when Donald Trump got elected. Now you're wondering, like, what? I thought this was going to happen. It's going to happen. It's just that people are trying to, remember, these people are gamblers. They're investing. They call it investing, but really what they're doing is they're gambling on what the president and what the government is going to do. That's where the money comes from. So they're right now trying to figure out what the next play is, and they're trying to navigate that. Take a little while for them to get used to it. Once they get used to it, everything's going to go parallel. Okay, it's just the way that it works. Don't listen to people. Listen to what's happening. Listen to what's happening. Everything is bullish. There's nothing bearish about what's going on in these markets right now, or this accumulation period, or anything. There's no there's no bearishness in here. Okay, there's only bullishness. And if there's bullish sentiment and nothing is moving really, and you're not really seeing that value added proposition, you're not seeing that explosive sort of move, but you're continuing to see bullish, then guess what? That means everybody that matters is buying OTC. Problem is, there's only 150,000 Bitcoin left on the OTC counters, right? Okay, so nobody is going to be able to buy Bitcoin very soon without pumping the chart. So we're almost there. That's really what's happened. The OTC desks, that's the preferred method for everybody to accumulate right now. So that supply is running out. It's going to run out very, very fast. MicroStrategy and BlackRock alone are going to eat that up within 60 days. So guys, get ready. It's about to get absolutely parabolic and crazy. We're almost there. And that's getting closer and closer and closer. And before you know it, I mean today, tomorrow, the day after, like we could just see 200-300 billion just flood into this market. Donald Trump makes a big announcement or something like that, and then everything just goes out of its mind. So let me know what you think in the comments down below. We're almost there, guys. A little bit more patience going to go along. We'll talk again very, very soon.